hi to anyone following along with May 2026 Akashic Records, my morning meditation journals. Archangel Metatron is a primary guide. He oversees the records in the Bible or Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. This would have been the Book of Life, just a record of all that is. And what I'm working through right now is leaving high control religion that was purity culture based. Bob Jones, Bill Gothard, that style, the 21 and counting, choosing a spiritual path that's my own and learning what it means to be feminine on my own, primarily through relationships. I'm in Aries rising, so I have Venus in Scorpio in the 8th house. My North Node is exactly conjuncted at 19 degrees in the Scorpio in the 8th house, and so a lot of intense relational transformation is what my soul picked this go around. So I cried a lot in May. It was a full moon in Scorpio, and I cried a lot. And I don't love crying, but it's how it rolled. And anyhow, I'm going to start. May 1st, 2026, Archangel Metatron is speaking. He says, "Daughter, come in, sit down. Let us merge our fields and reconnect for a moment. You feel whiny that the season remains heavy. You are tired to your bones, grieving losses you never wanted that acted in opposition to the intentional, devoted work of your hands. Though you are choosing with intention to turn toward joy, very little in your world is currently joyous. It is not whiny to feel the reality of what is, rather than the possibility of what your effort could accomplish if. Your vision is a beautiful gift. It connects you to a multiplicity of available timelines that could come, but require the choice, the engagement of another. You are here in this challenging container because your choice is Elrond. Everything you are for anything he needs is what you have offered your youngest son. Truly, it is what you offer any being you love intimately, but dear one, the time for a shifting of this energy is here, is now. There are new pathways available that will take you away from being his primary resource. But this is right for both of you. You are safe with the elderly man, Jack, at the gym. His time on the new earth is brief, yet what he offers you is of value. I am sorry you were not appropriately valued by Valerian, for this separation hurts you still, connecting you with the wound of being beautifully met for a moment, of being well cared for instead of being the offering, and then having the gift of aligned companionship suddenly taken away. You are a fish out of water who has worked so hard to adapt to life on land, receiving moments of moisture that support your designed way of being rather than your evolutionary capacity. But dear one, you are not the problem here. You are simply in the wrong environment, where there are none like you, for you do not function like land creatures. Your way of being is not recognized, is not valued here, for mermaids belong in the sea. This is why you are so very drawn to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces placement men. It is not pathology, it is, oh, I have found one where there are depths to explore, and finally I am home. Finally, I belong. Even when it is free choice to live in foreign, inhospitable territory, homesickness comes. It is priceless, it is precious when you meet a member of your tribe who is also choosing adaptability rather than alignment. Yet, if you are not treated like you are priceless, like you are precious, it will increase the frequency of homesickness, of square peg and round hole, rather than quieting the sound. Valerian does see your rarity, daughter. He is unsure he is a match for it or if he has capacity to care for you well, and he misses the point that finding kindred is the joy for you, not being a pampered princess. I am proud of you for choosing, for saying yes to cooperation and co-creation rather than applying more of yourself to bring about continued relating. Keep saying yes to invitations where you feel excited, happy, or simply even open. Continue listening to your body, for when you have hesitation or insecurity, that is a clear no from your body's wisdom. I do like your Blu-ray baseball friend. If he invites, that would be an aligned yes. Sometimes our time together feels meandering because what you need is presence more than information so that you can make choices, make a difference, make a life. Your left wrist is all right. It is a flare-up of the injury with Magnus when he was not gentle with you, and it is activated by your return to heavy weightlifting and the current state of your heart. Take some ibuprofen, be easy with it for the next week, and know that you are well. I love you, daughter of my heart. I honor your being, your choices, your will, and I remind you to remain in self-honor in this turning of the wheel season. The light comes. Love is on its way to meet you, and joy returns, first in part, then in full. Oh, it's taking time. May 4th, 2026, the Arcturian healers are speaking. Good morning, daughter of the light. We, the Arcturian healers, invite you into sanctuary today. Please sit. We will recline the chair and begin our work. Purge, purge, purge all impact of others on your personal power. You feel so ineffectual, so unable to influence your own reality, even in right action taken, because often many are working against you. You feel particularly powerless in regard to your body, experiencing a truth that you must highly restrict nourishment, restrict calories in order to have a physical vessel you feel comfortable in. There, that grief, that tension, that burning frustration, that no matter how hard you work, it is never enough, you are never arrived, so you simply surrender to the lack of cooperation overall. We remove the program that says there is fault when you are hampered from bringing into being the good you desire. We remove the cruelty frequency coated in barbed thorns that infect and do not leave your lower dantian, they leave now. No more withstanding what should not be in an exercise of perseverant capacity for endurance of the ill-constructed programming that requires strength, yes, but this is not the same thing as exercising your own personal power by taking action toward what you want. We also say poverty consciousness is chased out now. You can have what you long for in every way. There is no lack in the multiverse, only in reality constructs that choose this. We also remove the thought form foundation that says the only way to get what I want is to want less, for that is all that is available to me. Cynicism, realism, asceticism were planted in your thinking through religious dogma, speaking that enjoyment of self in the world was unholy, and that the only way to please God was to reject self and all her joys as a way to bring the body into submission to the spirit. It is a far easier way to control a people group when you manipulate them into laying down their own sovereignty through childhood indoctrination than by working on them one by one to move them toward your desires. All fealty to any system is now gone from your body, mind, spirit, will, and your will is clean, bright, sunshine yellow, fully your own. Your connection to your body's I want is so important to your I am. For I want images I am. Oh, not fully. Perhaps a more clear way to say it is that your I want is revelatory in discovering, uncovering, reconnecting to your original monad. Your body is not made to look like a waifish girl, lean runner, or petite fairy, because regular sex is very important to your vessel's flourishing. Therefore, your body must signal her needs, her availability for engagement, and this she does beautifully. Work in the details a bit if you desire, but understand that your softness, your curves are not in the way of your desires, they support them. When you look at your strong, curvy legs and judge them as being too big, we ask, too big for what? Too big to align with a smaller man? Perhaps this is your body's knowing at work, inviting you to a bigger man rather than some sort of flaw that must be corrected in you so that you can finally live a life of your choosing. The chaos from the season with Magnus is now gone from your field so that your cells can and do vibrate at their own core frequency. We call up your I am effective, I can make the impact I desire, I can have what I want. Your mother's voice, mindset, and tentacled invasion of her children's right to be a self apart from her will was a dictator programming in play. Kindness, creativity, love, support, expression of self in any way, these were not allowed. Certainly they were not called up, and this is part of why you offer your son every opportunity for expression of personality, expansion of power, and calling up of hope toward what might be. This we do for you now. There has never been anything wrong with you, Seraphina Stephanie. I cannot have what I want is gone. I must submit my will to outside wisdom is gone. No one knows what is right for you save you. The codes of self-direction, self-expression, self-ownership, and honoring that honors the divine spark you are at work within you. Your body, your mind, your authentic communication all put an end to programs of disempowerment, submission, suppression. You are much. If someone needs or dares require you to be less in any way, they are signaling that they are not aligned companions. Not that there is anything wrong with you, where conformity for the sake of belonging is required. You are exactly who you are meant to be. Live her out in happiness and joy, and going after what you desire, letting the veil that women must be perfectly embodied to get what they want fall now, for that was always a separation from reality, not an embracing of it. Be in union with the experiment you have chosen while fully living out the self you are, making whatever choices or changes you wish to make, and remaining disconnected from any one specific result that will mean your experiment was successful. Expansion, expression, being, having the experience you desire, beloved, this is the point. We cover you with a weighted blanket, leaving you to rest here as your body processes the letting go and the calling in. You absolutely can have what you want. It is done. It is here. It is now. Amen. May 5, 2026, the Ancient Ones are speaking. Welcome to the Hypocaust, where we work under the surface of what is visible, daughter of the light, for you need guidance so that you can intuit what is taking place under the surface that impacts your experience so powerfully. Sit with us, calibrate to our frequency for a moment so that language is not clunky, is not a barrier between us. Allow your breath to even out, calling your system into regulation. There is no need for claustrophobia simply because we are under the ground. These ceilings are 10 foot high, higher than those in the room you currently engage with us from. Peace is here, peace is now, and we, the Ancient Ones, begin. We are earth energy, earth wisdom, earth structure in play, and we have heard your call, felt your frequency from the way you traverse the ground with intention. Intention to plan good, plant good, transfer good from your body into the lines, into the soil, into the grid. We are the grid keepers, grid protectors, yes, and we wish to share with you the changes that are currently taking place. Now that the dark power age has run its course and is not the primary energy being poured in to fuel the grid, what flows through the structure, the way it produces heat or cooling under the feet, is changed. So instead of sending burning, stinging, fire ant energy that one must fight or smother, kill or put out, receptive engagement with the new frequency above ground will begin to pour new fuel into the hypocaust system, and Gaia herself will have capacity to create with never before experienced light codes. It is all right that this message is incredibly hard to ground, for we are a deep subterranean energy, and you prefer the expansive, the wide, the unbound, the possibility. It had to collapse, daughter of the Light Brigade. Your marriage, your family, your religion, your faith, it all needed to cave in to fall so that what was fueling it underneath could be exposed. We are with you now as you survey the rubble. What do you see? Decay of every single timber, worms, creeping creatures of many kinds who are crawling, covering, feeding, cleaning, spiders large and small, cobwebs thick and wide, mice, rats, unfamiliar carrion, for patriarchy is decayed, is fallen. The war template for survival of power to the winner is fallen. The suppression of, the abuse of the innocent, the unprotected as a way to garner more life force through the siphoning away of their purity is fallen. The archonic pillar in the center of the earth that sent out its high frequency across the planet is fallen. Greed, inequity of resource distribution, hoarding, all end with it. And what happens now? Now that the shaking has occurred, the caving in of all that is outdated, antiquated, far past its time, what happens now is purification through whatever means beings choose. Burning, perhaps flooding, collecting of materials in one central place, surrounding them with healers to encircle, then sending to the light. In your own journey, this is the wisdom we offer you. Make an altar, placing in center talismans of all that is fallen because of rot, because of decay in the subterranean ecosystem. Honor it for its contribution to the all, burn it to ash, then send it to the light. The new comes, the new is here, the new is now and needs to be created all at once. Thank you for working with intention to see us, to hear us, to receive us, and we in turn send your I am through the grid in full clear signal so that all is in union, and all that is union with you now comes. May 7, 2026, my chosen family of light is here. And I understand this to be ancestors. We are here, daughter of the light, daughter of the sun, daughter of the radiance, daughter of the heart of God. We, your chosen family of light, are here with you in sacred circle and wish to offer you gifts this day, gifts of healing, gifts of renewal, gifts of repair to fractures bodily and etheric, and a cornucopia of wealth so that your freedom is assured. For this is the reason you remain in unsupportive territory. If you are willing, please sit in center circle and we will begin. Receive, receive, receive. Allow your pranic tube down your spine to soften, to lay down its guard for a moment so that new can flow in, flow through, flow around you. You need not be defensively on guard. You have protectors. You are protected. There is nothing you need that you do not have. The provision around you is thick, is vast. You are simply waiting for aligned timing. We are glad to see your discouragement is fallen and witness you returned to your joyous frequency. The falling away is hard. The exposure of what once deeply supported you, yet is now crumbled to dust, this is hard. And it is the way of life on the earth plane when something has run its course, when there is no more life in a thing, or there is more disease than flourishing, or perhaps the materials were simply transitory rather than enduring. Dissolution, crumbling of form and alone, and a return to the earth herself is the way that what has completed its sojourn, its cycle, returns with nutrients as soil for the next thing to grow, to be built, to become. Your relationship with each of your sons is enduring, is block and brick in marble form, and is solid ground that will never cave in. We bless you with eyes to see the immovability of this love, of your love, as pouring out, as laying the foundation for each of them in their chosen life paths that are replete with flourishing, creative power, and a new way of imaging the masculine template. They are honorable beings, each of your sons, and they honor you greatly. We are moved by how meaningful this gift is to you. The love of your heart, the work of your hands, the power of your gnosis, and connection to spirit has brought about much good in the course of your 50 years and over the totality of your soul's experience. Particularly the time spent at the small church, now grown very large, was a product of your love, your effort, your gnosis, your spiritual connection. And though you no longer hold on to the tenets found there, embracing a wider, wilder, far more free version of love for the divine, many children have known a place of nurture, care, structure, and belonging because you literally built a place for them when none existed. Families came because you combined joy, safety, warmth, play, music, art, and nurture for each child, their parent, and the young girls providing investment, providing care along with you. Those were incredibly taxing but incredibly meaningful years. And though you have never received coin appropriately, as you preferred to gift to offer yourself from generous overflow, this has caused many to take advantage of you, believing because you have much, you are much, that they are entitled to it, entitled to you when they feel lack. All choose how they wish to express the spark that they are. All choose how they wish to engage with the unique joys and complexities found on the Earth grid. Just because you help anchor the grid, feeling the vibrations of many run through the lines does not in any way make you responsible for their experience. True wisdom involves rightly applied interpretation of one's experience as well as having many valid journeys down a multiplicity of paths. The chains are fallen, Stephanie. Every single material keeping you bound to a person, a system, a family, a thought form, a history are dismantled now. And nothing remains. You are untethered from everything but your link to self and to the one divine source. And we laugh with you because, of course, this links you to all. But the conduit is self and God. Therefore, you can no longer be pulled to perform the will of another through the lines. Instead, you send your frequency through them, calling in those who align with you, not those where you provide what they lack. Your body needs some grace, needs some gentleness, needs some extra nurturing, for she has been the carrier of heavy, heavy work, and she deserves to be honored, be supported for all she has done. Our gifts vibrate within and around your being, within and around your field, and they will call in those who wish to engage with all you are in joyful equity at having found a kindred, rather than any sort of self-referencing my gain at your loss. We love you. We are proud of you. Though you do not hear from him often, Jesus has been present, overseeing this transmission, for it is of great value to him when children who were bound to a system of oppression in his name break free and begin to live from his true signature, the way of love, the way of the rose, the way of self as expression of father and mother, and he is proud to see you cease your redemption of shadow project, ready to simply live as the light you are. Our love goes with you. Our peace rests upon you. The violet flame is your friend, is your companion forever. Amen. You have called in your highest timeline. You continue to make active choices that bring it more fully into reality. Soon it will be solid ground under your feet. The light rises. It rises in you. Sometimes I need to take a break and just breathe. So the reason that I journal transmissions every morning is because I don't do, there's nothing wrong with plant medicine if that's right for you, but I don't use them. This is an altered state, and being in this energy, I wouldn't remember if I didn't write it down. And sometimes rereading, it's just so thick. Anyhow, May 9, 2026, the Dryads are speaking. Welcome, daughter of the Light Brigade, who is at long last laying down her arms, who is finished railing against all that is not, has put down weapons of warfare to stand against what is wrong, and is simply ready to stand as the light, the love, the power she is, that other beings may approach or not. We, the Dryads, call you in for counsel today, as the turning of the tide is here, is now, and you are ready to turn with it. The first message we wish to share with you is that forgiveness is not necessary in clearing karma and repairing the weave, for this contributes to the lack of balance on the planet, where the one needs to carry both the harm and the work of reparation. Simply turning your eyes away, turning your gaze away, while pulling your energy from the experience, the being, the system, the harm, the oppression, in the same way you withhold eye contact from those you do not wish to engage with, is the way to fully inhabit yourself without remaining attached to energies that call up pain rather than joy. Sometimes an act of standing against is necessary, but this is not your work. Leave that to others and bring in the coming shifts through equity programs alone. The balance, the give and take, the co-creation, the love poured out, and the love received. Oh, beloved, you have been willing to endure so much for what you believed was the way of love, but in reality was the program of siphoning through sacrifice. Yet all of this is now clear within and around you, for you chose the way of new, you chose the way of change, so that life could come rather than a slow, strangling death. And we now add the energy of nurture, of nourishment, of flourishing through our ecosystem to yours, so that you are full to the brim of all you want, of all you need, of all. We encourage you, embrace the way of the trees who stand exactly as they are, with no shape shifting to accommodate another, who communicate with their kind, who contribute to life on the planet through their breath, through their purification, and who share themselves with many in equitable dance. We smile at you. No, this is not quite entish wisdom that we offer, for we understand that right action must be taken when actively warring energies are marauding, are wishing to consume all. We are simply saying you have played your part in that system and are advanced beyond it to image your life force, your power, in a new way. No more infiltration of enemy camps as spy or covert actor gathering information, then sending it up to codekeepers for interpretation. No more troubadour life announcing the way of light or trying to convince others to turn to it, to choose it. No more overwork, undernourished, used up, dried up, brittle, and calling on the strength of will alone to keep going, to provide for those you love, becoming the bridge whose back they could cross on. These are all masculine expressions of the divine, and daughter, you have worked hard. It is time for you to be the feminine. It is time for you to have one who adores you, protects you, watches out for those who would take from you, siphon your good for their gain and your loss. And this is here. This is now. We offer, do not invest in anyone right now. Instead, gift your responsiveness only to those who invest in you, who care for you, who honor you. This is the new way, daughter. This is the way healing comes to the planet, for the feminine to only engage with those who honor rather than violently take, and for the masculine to rise up to the way of honor rather than that of grasping, cowardice, or greed. We are not anti-men. Rather, the testosterone frequency was more easily infiltrated because of its bent toward force, toward power, while the power of the feminine was suppressed, oppressed, forced into menial laborer rather than revered lover, so that pain could be generated, sent through the lines, and then fed off of by the hive. Men will rise, dear one. And if they do not, they will exit the planet, for the new way is here, is now. We are complete in the messaging meant for you in this moment. The tree of life offers you new life as you learn to breathe clean air once more. It is done. It is done. It is done. Amen. May 11, the energy of Rahanni healing is speaking. And Rahanni healing is like a white light. If I understand it correctly, it's angelic or ascended master energy, which brings the light of truth and unconditional love into the body and into the aura. So the energy of Rahanni healing is speaking. And it says, the love of God, the heart of God, the beauty of divine radiance washing across the earth, the sky, the cosmos, the multiverse, and beyond, covering, encompassing, encircling all that is, all that has ever been, all that will ever be, for all is one, and all is well. Daughter of Metatron, who finds her home in the heart of God, welcome to Rahanni healing. For your heart has been deeply wounded, repeatedly pierced, and when you invite the love of God in, it comes. Barbed arrows are removed now. You did not deserve them. No one does. You did not invite them in. You entered into partnership with one who invited you, who pledged to love and protect you, and who then spent the entirety of your relationship sullenly sneaking around because he did not actually want to be a partner. All the shame you feel at being so unloved as you poured out your deep affection, your deep devotion on a man who did not want it, instead turning toward those who wished to siphon from his body for their own ego fortification. Let it fall now. You had no category for this type of unloved differentiation as a young wife, as a new mother, and there was no village of woman with eyes to see, wisdom to offer, or sacred protection to give. You lived as continual walking wounded in a culture that supported your harm, that benefited from your martyrdom, that benefited from your self-denial, and oh, the beauty in your turning away, in your letting evil cloaked as good fall from your field, your being, your willingness to receive. And a gift in this thing is that your vision will continue to open, to see farther and more clearly the truth that is in 3D earth and reality and beyond. Your relationship to self heals now. Your trust in your own gnosis returns in full, grounded deeply through the root and traveling upward past the soul star chakra to align with your highest wisdom. Your body is beautiful. It was never her fault. It was never her fault. It was never her fault. His unfaithfulness was never her fault. You were open. You were willing to discover together, grow together, explore together, learn the way of the rose, drinking the cup of Aphrodite together. It is not your fault. You merged as a 16-year-old with one who had no interest in together. He was deceptive with intention, and this was cruelty to your mind and spirit. For they lived continually trying to make sense of dissonant frequencies that made no sense. The doubt of what your ears hear, what your eyes see, what your nervous system feels, what your mind perceives falls now, daughter of the light. Warping the reality of another with intention for years and years, for 30 years, is dark magic indeed. You need not be angry, place blame, hold grudges, or disconnect from one divine source to accept this truth. It simply is. Shadow and light both have a role to play on the earth grid, and this cup you have drunk down to the dregs. All lingering effects of shadow disconnecting you from self so that you can align with a marauding other are gone now, never to return to your experience again. Ever. No parallel, past, future version of Seraphina's soul expressed in a form will walk this same journey again, for self-return is here, is now. I am that I am is the program that will undergird all other blueprints. Those choosing the dark timelines have done their part. You're firm, immovable, no to anything that is not honor, to everything that does not engage equitably from love with love, to that which does not behave with esteem toward you, causes you to cease being compelled by those looking for a reunion with God by coming through you as portal, as gateway, without bringing themselves to temple, as temple, and though many will continue to be drawn by you, those of this frequency will repel you, rather than call up your desire to save those lost in the dark. While some do get lost, all carry their own divine spark that they can turn toward or not. The simple recognition, I am lost in the dark, I need help to see where the light is, or whatever their thought may be, activates a link with guides, with guidance, and assistance then comes in the form of enough light to take the next right step. Any man who treats you like you are not worth his time, his energy, his engagement is giving you clear signal to turn away from him, to have nothing to do with that energy. For you have completed the journey of trying to work with one who wants you, but wants you as resource rather than as beloved. The energy of beloved can take place in brief connections that focus on physical expression, yes, or in full self-merging where two lives become shared journey. But regardless, equity is the way, dear one. He reaches for you and you turn toward. You reach for him and he turns toward. It feels stunning in its simplicity, but this is the truth of connection expressing as a vehicle of divine creativity. The one turns toward the other turns toward the one, so that for a moment there is union, there is reunion, and the self experiences more of its fullness as seen through the other, as mirrored back by the other, and vice versa. None of this is about any moral rule for sexual, romantic, or partnered relating. It is simply the true nature of Source, and it is the highest expression of love for self and other. Your container is full to the brim of what she can receive, and your laugh is welcome. Your happiness is welcome. The long, long dark is over, never to return again. Inhabit the light, inhabit the beauty, the radiance you are in evermore fullness, and watch the cloak of love cover you in resplendent glory, for it is done, it is so, it is sealed. Amen. May 12, 2026, Sanat Kumara, who is Venusian. He is lovers with Lady Venus. He is speaking. If they say lovers in the ethers, I don't know if they say that thing. Okay. Good morning, daughter. We, the collective who offer Rahanni healing, greet you once more, with Sanat Kumara as primary messenger, for we are of the same ray, the same mission, to infiltrate the dark with the light of love during the turning time. But your compass has been skewed by the family that shaped your child self, and instead of joining the community of light, awaiting your arrival so we could join energies to create a wider bandwidth of love flowing through the grid, through the lines, causing the frequency to have greater influence on those who are magnetized to it, you said yes to the darkest environments where you gave your all, and all you offered, all you were, was made a mockery of. This is not the way of Christ consciousness, Seraphina. Though he did give up his life when he recognized the seed planted was enough to change the trajectory of all, his mission was never martyrdom at the hands of the hive so that the lost could be found. This is absolute bullshit. And yes, on occasion, we use strong language here when there is a massive hijacking of truth. Christ came to plant in the lines that the heart is the portal back to remembrance of God, not the following of any rules made by man or dark counsel to keep humanity disconnected from her own heart and working as a mechanized robotic labor force for the will of another. How often did Christ press against those corrupted by systems of power, systems of control? How firmly did he denounce outer authority as the way to spiritual ascension? How often did he play with children, honor their glorious divine sparks, speak their protection, their veneration, in a culture that practiced cruelty towards children? How often did he encourage shaking the dust off one's feet when in inhospitable environments set against love, as opposed to pouring life into empty cups? Your child self was beautiful, brilliant, sensitive to spirit and sensitive to all, gentle in disposition, strong in belief, immovable in her devotion to Christ, and utterly alone in walking her desired path. The work you have done to incorporate her into the self, into the soul, into the monad, honoring her experience while giving her the love, the place, the belonging she never had, changes your entire future. For it resets the compass to true north, and you will never be swayed, never be deceived, never be hive fuel, ever again. The knot is gone. There is no karma to rise above. The weave is healed. The weave is whole. The tapestry is vibrant, flowing with energy, with movement, with life, invisible motion. Often, we send dark materials up the column to higher light, but this corruption of a child's will by claiming to offer her the way of Christ is refuse, is waste, needing to be flushed down the great toilet of all into the waste pits where time will do the work to break down materials. When this is complete, it will remain as fertilizer under the ground, so that when life comes to that section of the grid, there is greater concentration of nutrients to support its growths, its mass, its spread. No bypassing, beautiful one. No saying something is anything other than what it is in order to trust divine providence or align with soul perspective. Always clear seeing, clear speaking, clear naming, always authenticity, presence with self as she is, alignment with reality as it is, always care for, support of the body, and the being living the current incarnation. For this is the way of spirit. Embrace of the reality that is, so that one can rightly know the reality they wish to live from, the reality they wish to create, as is their right, as an expression of one divine source expanding into all, multiverse without end. I know you must begin your day. The love of God fill you, so that you feel how great the love of all is for you, the Stephanie who is, and this Seraphina soul who is. Venus blesses you with gifts of greater beauty, radiance, happiness, and aligned companions who are also walking the way of Christ consciousness, the way of the rose. Receive, dear one, your new is arrived. It is here. It is now. So much love, so much lovely. Oof. May 15, 2026, Metatron is speaking. Good morning, daughter. I appreciate the way you greet me with such enthusiasm. Your warmth, your heart, your effusiveness are gifts, not problems, and they are welcome with me. Any who are repelled by your warmth expressed are not your people. I would like to see your engagement only go toward those who delight in all you are, for even when their reasons for inequity have nothing to do with you, but stem from insecurity, their own lack of nurture, fear they cannot match you or keep you, these things will create an imbalance where you are not met, and it is time for you to be met. Take your seat. We will speak about all the things. I will send protection with your Elrond this weekend, though he has his own team. For the energy of Algal is strong in the field right now. Your light goes with him. He will be well. He also does well, venturing out of his self-imposed constraints to step into the unknown world of relating with others. He has a brilliant, unique mind, and he also carries capacity for deep feeling, even though he can disconnect from it as his father does. You two are doing well together, daughter. Keep going. As for your own ventures into more relating, I encourage you keep exploring. You have spent most of your life dimming your radiance for a man who had no capacity to meet you. The time of your expulsion out of this shared container is more than ready to be enacted. I love the way you are approaching others who you find to be interesting, and notice how not one person has been anything less than delighted to speak with you. As for the unwanted attention from older men, this is part of patriarchy leaving the planet. The inability to consider a woman's experience of self, the lack of regard for her as a divine being of light, instead viewing her as one existing for his consumption in whichever way he chooses. Yet, this ends now. This time is long past, and your lack of cooperation with what you do not want, and you're pulling close what you do want, changes the guard, changes the grid. For this is how collective change comes, dear one. Each individual choosing their authenticity, their own joy, their own divine spark, truly expressed, rather than contorted for the comfort or will of another, while equally honoring the full free choice of every other person in their orbit. I like your large Pisces gym friend. He is a match for you, an outlier frequency. Though he deeply values societal autonomy and pair bond relating, he could become quite possessive as a way to preserve the emotional safety he so deeply longs for. He would be good to you. He is not unwell, nor is his mind corrupted. Yet, the one he is currently seeing is more aligned in his relational needs. I advise you, do not be a stumbling block for someone else's good simply because you are not out of integrity to practice free choice with him. Though they are not verbally committed, in the field they do read as a pair. What is taking place in this current season is that as you become fully embodied, rejecting no part of self to harmonize with another, showing up as nothing less than all you are experiencing a quick crash course in personal power expressed through desire, along with the results of that expression, whether they bring joy to you or perhaps effects you do not wish for. It is brief, daughter. One does not find aligned companions by hiding from the world when the world has been unkind. As you listen, let the drums of Zadkiel's song dislodge all that is stuck, all that is stagnant in your hips. You have spent far too long frozen into a way of being that keeps you a cooperative resource for the will of others, rather than a vehicle of your own true desires. We wondered if you might remain energetically frozen, able to say no more to what was not right for you, but not stepping into your own yes through what was right for you. It is an experiment you are conducting, but you are mixing materials, frequencies, modalities, allowing them to layer as collage of complexity displayed as beauty, and it does not have to be coherent, sensible, palatable, or even well received by others. It simply needs to be you. Be yours. You are safe in regards to Magnus, daughter of my heart. Your choice to disengage from toxicity and harm changes the field around you. to keep out that kind of energy along with the beings who embody it. Your will, rightly expressed, is your protection. And I am proud of you for closing the link with your William. Were I you, I would not crawl into his bed ever again. For over the 8-year run, he has played his part in your awakening, in your healing, and what he offers you today is nothing you need, is nothing you want. It is a lover's connection between you, and for either of you to name that friendship makes a mockery of it. All connections between two beings carry as truth the thing that it is, and the connection itself wishes to be honored as a divine spark in the same way each person in the connection does. When free choice cannot or does not honor self, partner, or partners, and the reality they have created, the harmonic flow then leaves the field, and in its place is a crackling dissonance that sends disruption through the lines and disruption to all that it touches. It is not supportive. Instead, it is harmful to the calling in of Christ consciousness, its baseline for new earth reality. I see you understand enough of what I am saying. Your choices are particularly relevant, for you desire to be one who actively lets go the old, dismantles what does not belong with clear thought from free choice, and you wish to call in the template of higher love. For Gaia herself is ready for this. She is now equipped to hold this. Right recognition, true naming of a thing, whatever it is vital for the next phase of ascension. I would love to continue, but you must begin your day. Please keep coming, daughter. Your being here in the Akash carries great value on multiple planes for a multiplicity of reasons. I love you. I am proud of you. I watch over you. I work with you to bring in the highest timeline you have called. It is done. It is sealed. It is here. May light go with you, my beautiful one. Light rise up within you for your own joy and for the calling up of others' divine joy. May 16, 2026, the Mayan Timekeepers are speaking. Water instead of tequila. I love the Mayan Timekeepers. They're always so wonderful. I mean, everyone's wonderful, but they say, welcome, daughter of the sun, daughter of Metatron, daughter of the one true source who carries the violet flame as well as the crystalline grid within her being. We, the Mayan Timekeepers, greet you on this portal day, for it is the day you make the jump. It is the day you leap into your new reality. Though this does not have to be the end of our journey together, it is a marker, solid, immovable, sure, between where you have been, what you are leaving behind, and all that awaits you on the other side. We bear witness to the years of struggle, the years of hardship, the years of trying, but never getting anywhere. So much density, so little love. Long have we watched you turn toward the light, embody the light, hold the light as a beacon for others, and never once did your fire go out, even when there was active intention to snuff it. Your love poured out an authentic overflow of all you held, all you were goes before you. See it now, flowing out from you as a golden river of lava, hardening to become the bridge under your feet from one reality to the next, from one side of the divide to the other. Nothing is wasted, daughter of the heartbeat of Lemuria. All your generosity returns to you now in the form of an abundant new world where you are seen, loved, honored, and met rather than used, tricked, discarded, taken advantage of. To carry so much light in one container, hold so much love in one heart, was a brave, bold choice on this plane. There was no way you would be hidden, and many came toward your light for a multitude of reasons. Your strength was often recognized by those who wished to outsource their own challenges, laying them at your feet because you were already carrying the weight of the world, so what was one more rock to put in your rucksack? Yet one by one, you have laid all down, save the weight of self-sovereignty, self-governance, self-acceptance, that your life and its is an expression of your own choices. And this is the reason change is here, change is now, change is. Though we hold time and do not judge what takes place within its confines, there have been some very dark programs hidden within the light grid that have hijacked the will of many, the power of many, the choice of many by warping pre-verbal neural pathways into submission to God as found in whichever sacred text their religion demanded. There are some beautiful faiths. There are those that honor nature, yes. There are those that revere the sun, those that rejoice in wonder at the beauty of one divine source. But most are systemic programs meant to hold captive the God spark within a being so that it functions at the will of the hive. Christianity was a particularly interesting as a hive experiment, for it used Christ as central figure, he who was worthy of emulation in his surety of oneness with the Father and his refusal to lay down sovereignty at the feet of any system, whether familial, cultural, religious, or political, while multiplying the laws found in the Old Testament and declaring submission to them was now free choice, because laying down power to surrender to a higher will was what God, as man, as Christ, did. Oh, it was brilliant. Oh, it was cruel. For it targeted the gentle, the tender conscienced, the sweet, while also calling in the bullies who recognized this as a way to gain power through the social acceptance of moral superiority. And oh, what an effective hijacking it was. For the most effective deceptions bury the lie within a truth, or weave strands of both lie and truth together, so that disentangling one from the other leaves a being without a blanket at all. Yet, this you did, Seraphina Lirabel, this you have done. Unraveled all, grieved for all, made sense of all, reclaimed your own truths, power, agency, while retaining the original divine spark that you came into this incarnation carrying. And this is why you are now arrived at the bridge between worlds. No one came to save you. No one rescued you from the very long, very hard dark. Over and over and over, at every significant choice point, you held on to what you believed was love, but in reality was your strong-willed determination to surrender to the God you revered and the Christ you loved. And today, you finally use that strong will for exactly what it was intended. Expression of the God spark you are, expanding, exploring, generating, becoming, in whichever way she wishes to, an exact replica of High Creator. Many highly advanced souls choose a religious system to overcome as a way to test their remembrance capacity, and many young souls choose it as a way to assert dominion and control. Again, we judge no one's choice in how to engage with the complexities of Earth incarnation, but we have seen much, held much, been sacred watchers of much, and today we commend you for all. Receive the fullness of this, dear one, for it encompasses many lifetimes here on this plane. A new time is now come because of the choice of many to disconnect from hive mind and remember their ever-present union with one divine source expressed in all. Cross the golden bridge today, Radiant One, and step into the abundance you have created for yourself through lifetimes of love well lived. The final metric in bringing you here was including yourself into the vein of love you pour into every companion. For you are here. Aligned companions now meet you. You have met them. You will journey together, play together, build together. And this joyous truth will spread through the ley lines, causing its frequency to spread. For you are and have been a grid walker, grid worker, and what you plant will grow, bear fruit, expand, bringing more fertility, more life, until Earth becomes the garden temple she was always meant to be when this descension experiment had run its course. We are complete in our messaging, but our presence will remain strong around you this day, holding the template of the new you have chosen, holding the frequency for your safe crossing, and holding time. We receive your honor of us now, daughter of light. Go in peace. The good is here. May 17, 2026, the Hathors are speaking, also Venusian beings. We are here, sister. We, the Hathors, come forward today with a message of love, with codes of renewal, for you have poured out much of late, and it is your turn to receive. Step into the lavender stream now and receive the wisdom that wishes to come to you. See it in a multiplicity of tiny star sprinkles. Feel it in a rush of wind flowing around and then through you, for you are one with this field. Sit now beside the stream, and we will share the recipe to bring forth the new life you desire, the new world you are ready for. Beauty embodied, plus authentic expression of self in fullness, plus lack of fear and new experiences. We repeat it one more time. The recipe is this: beauty embodied, plus authentic expression of self in fullness, plus lack of fear and new experiences. That is all. You have done the work of dismantling all that kept you separate from self. You have begun to recognize the abilities found in your literal physical container, sharing her with the right partners in holy union, even for a moment, for your priestess gifts of seeing, knowing, alchemizing, and calling up are in full bloom in this container. We who work with you, who work for you at your behest, are proud of you, Lirabal. The blessings of Venus rise up within and around you, drawing in the many, and your free choice alone calls in those you wish to engage with. Another being's desire is utterly irrelevant if it does not intersect with yours. We see you understand. You were lovely with the blue ray lover this morning. He offered you worship, reverence, delight, praise, and you gave to him nurture, containment, pleasure, joy, and safety, all of which he needed going directly into conference, where he had the hard task of firing players that he was dreading. It is not lasting, but it is sweet and it is equitable. His desire for you will not run out, but the primary purpose of your engagement is for spiritual remembrance. He has an important work to do on the earth plane. Turning toward you is a turning toward the love of the divine, and this he needs in order to teach, to mentor, to lead at his full capacity. It would be lovely to bring him into the field, yes. He would feel it in the same way he understands frequency and resonance, or lack thereof, through feeling. And now we turn to address the stuck point in your heart that is your relationship with Valerian, where there is currently no relating taking place. Stay with us, sister. We know you wish to float away, for you recognize this one. You were brilliantly embodied, authentic expression of self and fullness, and you had no fear in the new experience. And what we wish to share is how proud we are of you, for you did everything right in the container with him. From sharing your joyful presence unhindered to walking away when he did not honor you, and unless he returns with honor for you, there is no way through, for you will no longer be on the same wavelength. He did find you beautiful. He did experience fascination at your authentically expressed self without the armor of self-protection. He did find you charming in your openness to the new experience that was exploration with him. You were seen. You were rightly held for every moment you were in space together, but in the separate space-times, he grew anxious that your light would either dim him or swallow him, that he would be too exposed under your gaze, not able to control the pacing for personal safety like he normally does, and so he chose to hide and to freeze rather than face his fears. This, of course, is his full free choice. But what you call up in a man is his insecurity, so that he can face it and choose to rise above it or not. However, if he is not ready, you will feel like threat rather than activation, and this is joyous for no one. Your brand of divine feminine signature activates, dear one. Most beings have a strong reaction to you, whether it be desiring more of you or being repelled by you. You have done well uncovering, accepting, expressing the truth of who you are without watering her down for anyone else's comfort. If they are not comfortable, they can leave, and many do. The sooner you accept that magnetism will repel or draw in, the less time, the less energy you will spend on those not of your frequency. Your husband Aurelius could not have done the work to match you. You are simply not of the same materials. But with every other partner, they have been of the same materials, for when you are magnetized to a being, it is because there is a frequency match, period. You began walking the way of the rose with your beloved William, and you have been on that path for 7 years now. So then, when you meet a being that you fall in love with, it is because they are on the path as well. It is a beautiful gift when a man can image divine love with you for a moment. And you are on journey. Your way is that of continual forward momentum. The man who is right for you in full takes your hand and walks forward with you. The time of you sitting on the road's shoulder waiting to see if a loved one will catch up, or even worse, backtracking to find him, coddle him, cajole him to keep going, is long past. Metatron spoke his concern at Valyrian's lack of fire for this reason. Your fire burns so brightly as a Mars-ruled feminine that you must have as partner not only one on the same path who recognizes you, he must also be able to keep pace with you, being present, offering care, offering protection, offering companionship along the way. And if he cannot, no one has failed in the way of love. He is simply not right for you. We close here with the encouragement that there are men who can partner you, and you will have choices very soon. It is all called in. You have said yes to the timeline. So then keep going in radiant joy and be surprised at how good life can get. Light rise within you. Love rest upon you. Venus bless you with ever more beauty. It is here. It is so. It is done. Amen. May 21st. 2026, Barak, who I believe is an Archangel of Divine Blessing, if I understand correctly, is speaking. I had not met him before. Good morning, daughter. Metatron is talking first. He introduces Barak. Good morning, daughter. I, Metatron, greet you as gatekeeper, stabilizer, and chosen friend, for you wish to travel today, and I am the conduit you feel most comfortable passing through. This is fully in order, wholly in service. The changes taking place in and around you, the expansion of your field, your flow has called in all you desire. Receive now. Yes, we can send some healing energy to your Blu-ray friend. He may need it this day. Also, I speak to the bond between you and Valyrian. Release. Let her go now. She has chosen the farther path rather than the karmic partner. One who wants you must take action to learn you, know you, pour into you, and this Valyrian has not done consistently or with care for you. You are complete with any who avoid you, whatever their reasons may be, even if they are good reasons. You are complete with accepting gray areas or pussyfooting about, and will only engage with beings who are relationally generous and kind. Go with the dragon Elohim now, for Barak has a word for you. I will speak with you soon. He begins. I, Archangel Barachial, wish to bless you, daughter of Metatron, for your fire did not go out even in the long dark. And while you withdrew your energy from those who were not right for you, never did your flame die, remaining as a link, as a sign. And in this moment, I fell asleep. The energy was so thick, like I literally fell asleep. When I woke up, he continued, Nap now, sister. It is all right that you fell asleep. The changes in your body, in your reality, in your field are striking in the way your frequency has shifted, working to update much DNA, RNA, molecular structure, while also receiving from the long journey of purging what was no longer in service. It is all right that you are not sure if I am solar dragon or archangel, for you sense both as being present. And allow there to be both then, for your connection to the energy and the support it wishes to offer is where the medicine lies, not in any one specific truth. It is overwhelming to the nervous system to feel so many changes at once. Receive my fire now. I breathe into your lungs holy fire that will travel down to your root and land. You burn so brightly, and it has been hard for you to know where to spend your fire of late. Using your body to expend energy is not wrong, but overuse with lack of sleep can leave you depleted rather than built up. It is not wrong to engage with men who partner you for a moment, or to meet one that can stay longer for a moment. You are struggling hard to stay present. The energy between you and Oranos is massive, the largest field you have engaged with romantically. But it is good for you. If you say yes to adventure with him, it will open doors for you, open pathways, open portals. Rest now. We will all be here. That was a curious experience. I remember that. This next one is fascinating in the political and cultural climate that we're in. May 22, 2026. Vestus, the cloth merchant, is speaking. I've never spoken with him before. Good morning, daughter of Metatron. You opened the curtain. You stepped through the veil, and currently you stand on the timeline that is New Earth, where all things are possible, many things are probable, and what you see already is. As the war grid is set up to flourish in your current reality, it is but one way to dismantle all that is no longer viable, so that beauty may dwell supreme. The war timeline is hard, is ugly, but nothing is set in stone here. You keep focusing on what you want, what is good, right, lovely, and true, and continue on in forays that lead you further down the path of love, the rhythms of love, and let us see what will be. That you entered the Akash this morning with light language commanding Hadrian's wall to fall is what called me forward. I am Vestus, and during the time of Hadrian's wall, I was a cloth merchant, a trader who passed through with my goods regularly. Many support the New Earth Project, daughter of Metatron. You are not alone in your heart, in your desires, in your mission, in your tasking, yet aligned community to work with has been hard to find. There are many strategies in play that the dark world uses to prolong its tenure. The harvesting of energy it has not rightly generated, and one of them is taxation via enforced money grabbing, funneling commerce through a narrow strip to be audited, to be controlled, while creating a narrative that there is not enough, that scarcity has come, that fear of lack should reign supreme, driving people to make poor choices that neither support individual or collective desire. It is very similar ideology taking place today as it was 2,000 years ago, for the dark triad recognizes the power in speaking. This wall will keep the barbarian horde from overrunning you and stealing all your resources, rather than overt power grabs declaring war against one's own people. Walls, taxation, border patrol are all power harvesters, each in their own way. New Earth has no walls, taxation, or border patrol, for the way of love reigns supreme. The way of trade, barter, and communal earth-centric living will become the way once more. The rise of massive power structures to govern has never been effective. This has never worked well. What they did offer humans was a tapping out from the need to engage with 3D incarnation as sovereign beings of light. If I outsource my energy to them, they will make choices that provide for me, that tend to me, and I do not need to be responsible to self, responsible for self. Instead, the behemoth will be responsible and care for me. Many who are unwilling to become sovereign once more will leave the planet, which is full choice, free choice, and creates space for those who wish to come in on this wave. My advice to you is twofold. Store some things away: food, drink, games, cloth, fabric, shoes, toiletries, and continue to enlarge your community. This tiredness you feel, it will turn soon. You are in a growth spurt right now, expanding your capacity in many ways, and you simply need more rest. I close here excited for you about all the good that is to come. You are equipped. May 26th. 2026, my blue people are speaking. And I'm never sure if they're Andromedan or Arcturian, but I love them. Or Pleiadian, but I love them. Little sister, you have come. Welcome to our couch. Sit and speak with us for a moment. You are less comfortable on ship than in ether or on planet, for you prefer fully spirit or fully embodied, yet on the occasions you are up for it, this is a good meeting point for us. To the current anxiety in your cells, we speak, come to peace now. You feel the change so close to being enacted. Everything within you is ready to make the leap. Each opportunity, each surprise invitation you have said yes to this 2026 year has not brought the momentum you desire, rather has acted as a stepping stone across the divide from one world to the next. So then, if you are taking aligned action, and you are, if you remain curious, expecting miracles, if you are turning ever more fully toward the light, toward joy, toward life, if you have laid down all programs of subservience, of sacrifice, of martyrdom for some sort of faux greater good, if you are saying no to beings, to circumstances far removed from your core template while saying yes to what delights you, what brings you joy, then you are simply waiting for timing to align, for timelines to appropriately layer atop one another, so that flourishing of oneness can come. We like Oranos. He is curious, lovely, loving, erratic, and sporadic in a similar way you are. He is less grounded than you, not possessing the deep earth and molten strength you do, but he is deep waters, deep, dark, and deeply devoted. If he can open his heart to you, a lovely journey will unfold, and if not, you will keep going until you collide with the one on path who can, who will, and who will hold you as delight and treasure. What is taking place in this year of the horse is that you are being presented with choices, with different flavors of soul bond, so that you will have had activations and explorations before sinking into paired union, which you have not yet known. Saturn has ruled your timeline all your life. You are a Capricorn. You have gleaned much from Father Time and offered him much. While joy, love, desire, flourishing are the primary gifts of paired union, there does remain the need for some structure, some duty, some loyalty, the bond that will limit expression of the self. Though you believe the homecoming is worth what it costs, having a season to be fully free to express your feminine self in whichever way you desire is both necessary and an appropriate stepping stone. There will need to be some separation between you and your son Elrond, Seraphina. 2 more years in house with his father, even though your romantic bond is ended, even though you are co-parents only, is 2 years too long. We work in the small, we work in the great, and we work with you for your liberation, as do many in the unseen, whether above the earth, below it, or buried within it. The right ones will reach for you regularly, consistently, in honor and reverence for all you are, and if they do not, simply keep going while following your own aligned rhythms and desires. This will bring you exactly what you need. For those who are magnetically drawn to you right now because they are in pain, offer as much of self as you desire, but no more. This is how you stay synchronized with your own highest timeline, by giving your yes to that which you desire and nothing else. Restitution for lost years comes, not in the form of watching any other get what they deserve because of their ill treatment of you. Instead, it comes in the time of happiness, of being treasured, not needed as life source or resource, and a falling away of literally everything that weighed you down or kept you bound. Freedom, Seraphina, our sister, our friend, freedom. Well done with your declarations of I am. We seal them around you now as firefly lights in jars that never go out, or you can open and call into your being any one of them at any time. Simply keep going, for life is here. Life is now. Life is. We are complete in our messaging. Gifts and grace crown your head this day. May 29, 2026. Archangel Michael is speaking. Welcome, daughter of my friend. You have entered wishing to understand your journey with warrior after warrior. And because I am their frequency match, you chose me. Warriors are men in the strongest sense, are they not? You are looking for, you are attuned to one who is a match in strength for you. Therefore, it makes sense that there would be recognition on both sides. And there is. Shall we walk through one by one? Beginning with your most recent connection, who is a mystic in the Order of Merlin. He is not well, dear one, and may not be long on the planet. Wounds intense and hidden have awakened within him. Because they are buried so deeply, somatic healing would be of more service than any sort of talk therapy. However, he may simply choose an early exit. Many of the relationships that should hold him close and support him are irrevocably broken. His current need is for inner peace, self-union, and a reunion of Orenos as home, rather than an experience of self he needs to escape from in order to escape pain. He recognizes the inappropriateness of his engagement with you, the unkindness of hard, fast pursuit followed by dropping like you were a disposable toy. You are playful. You are a joy for many men to be with and also a joy to watch, but you are not a disposable plaything. He is a heterosexual man. He was and remains deeply attracted to you. There was no intention to use, manipulate, disrespect you, or the container you created together. He is a lover of all in the same way you are. But he is not ready for a relationship of any kind, certainly not with a priestess witch who he must handle with great reverence and great care. You just now sent out a call for help for his team to assist him in whatever way was needed. You asked for his blood to cease raging, his liver to clear, and this healers are working with now. I will remove the fog within his mind that keeps him wandering in endless loop, and let us see what light will bring him. You were not foolish in saying yes to the invitation. For each experience you have layers on top of the foundation you have built, creating a structure that can house, a structure that can support you. Your Valyrian was actively more ready for a relationship, having done much intentional work where love and romance could be part of his world. He was not wounded at the core. Like Orenos, he was simply more tactical, and you did not cooperate with his mission, desiring to be met rather than treated as pet. Much has been shared about Magnus. You understand, having come to true peace there. You also understand William and your long journey together. I would share with you that the Blu-ray lover is of warrior stock as well. He is simply expressing it on a different field of combat that does carry life and death stakes, but through the uprooting of all one knows, all one is in transformative cycle, rather than one sweeping moment of potential life lost. I now come to the root of your warrior template, which you may have thought was found in the husband of your youth, but has its foundation in the most compelling man you have ever known, your grandfather. He is the one you hold as epitome of masculine above all others. Your father was not strong in your mind's eye. He was avoidant. Your grandfather was the strongest, most grounding man you knew. He was tall, straight-backed, physically powerful, active, virile, capable, a war veteran. He provided home for you. He provided lake, garden, sport, safety. Oh, he was not your friend, but neither was your father. And you knew he could be unkind, be angry, but it was never directed toward you, for you were the princess, you were the treasure. Your genuine kindness, generosity of spirit, and gentle disposition sincerely captivated him. You were so different than his charming but weak wife, his feral but competitive daughters, and his cruel mother. Your Pisces grandfather found true delight in you. while also never meeting you. And this in part you admired, for it felt tenacious, contained, and non-self-abandoning. He showed up in life with great presence, while your own father abdicated in every way. Aurelius is more like your father than your grandfather, though perhaps as a young girl you did not recognize this. Pisces is a highly spiritual incarnation for a man in particular. To pair that with open combat on battlefield before maturity is even reached, before the prefrontal cortex is developed, shapes the template. Your physical Stephanie self is formed from incredibly powerful warrior lineage. You do need a man of strength to meet you. But notice I said meet you, not charm you, not fascinate you, not provide for you, not protect you, not offer unpredictability that keeps you on your toes. You need a man strong enough to meet you, for that is a measure of divine masculine, not patriarchal one. Nothing needs shift in your child self's hero worship of your grandfather, and nothing become unappealing that you actually like. If you want a warrior as partner, you can have one, but today we add the code. He must meet me. Only the ones who meet me are welcome. As for the elderly men at the gym harassing you, preying on your energy in a feast for self that you are not offering, I command their decay leave you in peace now. You are not free Viagra for someone's flame gone out, nor will you be treated as such any longer. He must meet me has begun running through the totality of your system, daughter of my friend and light bringer, who I deeply admire. And watch how this now changes your choice pool, how it impacts those you have previously loved. I, Archangel Michael, am complete in my messaging and the work of my hands on your behalf. Your choice to change changes all. So it is. Amen. We have a day, maybe two left. May 30, 2026. Orionos' higher self is speaking. Daughter, this is not your fault. It is the confusion, the lack of mental clarity on someone else's end impacting you, impacting yours because of their own distress. Breathe into the tension and allow it to clear. It is unfair, it is unkind when someone pulls you in such a way that connects with, that accesses your heart and then withdraws from it, leaving you to carry the emotional framework begun together alone. But this is a clear sign for you to shake the dust off your feet and walk away. Any man who pursues abandons what he started while leaving you questioning what happened, is not your friend, is not your lover, is certainly not your supporter. If he is making your life harder through lack of nurture, lack of nourishment, lack of care, lack in general, he is loudly declaring, I am currently incapable of meeting you. I know it feels cruel. You were absolutely delighted by this one you did not seek for, utterly captivated by the kindred, by the presence, by the joy. So feel the sadness of kindred found and lost, and you do not know why. Feel the bewilderment at being punished for giving what was asked for, your vulnerability, your authenticity, and your open heart. He made a mess of this, not you, Lirabel. Orionos' higher self would like to speak with you now. He begins. He'll change his name later. He'll be like, really? You picked that name for me? Sister, Lirabel. Cry into my chest. I will hold you. I can hold this. You need to cry more than you do, for tears move the energy that gets stuck in your heart and your kidneys and your lungs. It felt real because it was love. Vessel of love meets vessel of love. And very real union, resonance desire. But if Orionos came to you as Knight of Wands, wearing a King of Cups disguise, understanding what it took to reach you, but not actually having capacity to meet the Queen of Cups, then there was no way through together. He was grieving before you came onto the scene. He was hurting badly and medicating heavily. This is not the energy to meet a woodland witch with. You are not an easy hookup. You are queen of all you see. If a knight approaches you, he is welcome, for you have plenty of unexplored, unexpressed youth left in you. But he must come clearly, he must come correctly. To say, I am coming as a lover who can meet your frequency, and then blindfold you, spin you around in a circle, leaving you alone in the disorientation that follows, is manipulation at play, not aligned, masculine. I will be frank as his higher self. He used you as medicine, then blamed you when he felt the wrongness of this. You were open, you were clear. You did not need medicine, you were simply ready to give and receive love. Ouranos is not. He is not working with you for anything. He is reactive to you because you walked away when he stopped offering presence and pursuit. Your heart was sweetly accessible. That he did not receive this as a treasure worthy of adoration does not mean you did anything wrong or that you were anything wrong. I will also share, of course, I wanted him to meet you, reach out to you, connect with you. You are new earth frequency personified. Just your presence in someone else's field is enough to call up what is ready to awaken within them. What they choose to do with that is their business, not yours, and how you choose to respond to their reaction to you is your choice alone. You are a unique carrier of light. You are a unique expression of the violet flame. It is not only important, it is imperative that you honor yourself for the radiance you are, for you are a transmitter of much energy, much power, much divine light. When you allow yourself to be treated with anything less than honor, it is a disservice to self, the divine, and the light you carry. The more you honor yourself, refusing to engage with anything or anyone that does not treasure you for who you are, what you give, the more you call in those who do, and those who will. You and Ouranos are in high service to each other. Allow that service to be whatever it is. You are a treasure, you are a gift to the planet, and you are an activation for those ready to level up on the journey. But it is not your job to pick any being up, carry them, or help them climb their own ladder. For none of these are rightly in your field, nor do they offer value to the soul in form who needs to try for their own purposes. I will say, if you choose to see him once more, do not overgive. The rising or not is his task. The presence is yours. I hope you are now somewhat comforted and more in peace. I am proud of you for reaching out to him and for reaching out to me here. Clarity comes in all ways. You are doing well, my sister, my friend. Keep going.